What if you could build a whole passive income stream publishing actual books on Amazon without writing a single word? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how to do that. We're talking about creating and selling guided journals all powered by AI.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. What if you could become a publisher? Create these beautiful, genuinely helpful books and sell them to a global audience. And do all of it without being a writer, an illustrator, or a design expert. I know, it sounds kind of impossible, right? But believe me, it's more achievable now than it has ever been.
So, how does this all work? Well, it all comes down to a really powerful combination. First, you've got artificial intelligence to handle all the writing and design stuff you thought you needed an expert for. And then, you've got Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, you'll hear it called KDP, which is basically your free print-on-demand factory and global storefront all rolled into one.
All right, let's dive into the opportunity here. Because the entire foundation of this side hustle is built on a market that is absolutely exploding right now for a very specific type of book, the guided journal. Now, these aren't just your average blank notebooks. Nope. Guided journals are interactive tools designed for personal growth. They give people structure, things like prompts, trackers, and exercises that actually help them achieve their goals. That's why they're so incredibly popular. And the best part? AI now makes creating them accessible to pretty much everyone.
Okay, let's get into what is probably the most critical part of this whole thing, finding your audience and then generating the content. Getting this step right is absolutely key to your success. And look, the opportunity here is it's huge. You can create journals for practically anything. We're talking gratitude and mindfulness, sure, but also super specific stuff like hobby trackers. Believe me, there's a profitable audience for almost any topic you can think of. But here's the best part. You don't have to guess. There are powerful tools out there you can use to analyze the market. What you're looking for is that sweet spot, right? A niche that has high customer demand, but, and this is key, relatively low competition. That's where you'll find your golden opportunity.
And this is where the whole process just completely changes. Once you've nailed down your niche, you can totally skip the weeks of agonizing brainstorming. Instead, you just let AI generate hundreds of unique prompts, questions, and page ideas, and it does it in minutes.
And check this out, it perfectly shows just how simple this can be. You give a clear command to an AI tool, something like ChatGPT, you tell it your audience, what you need, and boom, it spits out the exact content you need for the inside of your journal.
All right, next up is design. So let's look at how we take all that raw AI-generated text and turn it into a professional-looking product that's ready to sell. And hey, don't worry, you really don't need to be a graphic designer for this. Your journal's interior just needs to be clean, consistent, and easy to use. If you just follow these simple rules, you'll ensure a great experience for your customers and keep the focus where it should be, on the content.
Now, to make your journal really valuable, you're going to want to add some interactive features. I'm talking about things like habit trackers or goal tables. These elements transform the book from something you just read passively into an active tool, and that dramatically increases its appeal to buyers.
Okay, listen up, because while the interior is super important for keeping customers happy, the cover is what actually makes the sale. Think about it. On a crowded Amazon page, your cover is your #1 sales tool. It has to grab someone's attention and tell them what the journal is all about in like a split second.
And honestly, creating a good cover really just comes down to a few simple principles. You want a clear, easy-to-read title, you want colors that pop, and you need visuals that instantly connect with your target audience. Just avoid anything that's cluttered, confusing, or going to be hard to read as a little tiny thumbnail. And again, just like with the writing, you do not need to be an artist. AI tools can generate the whole thing for you, from your page layouts in a tool like Canva to absolutely stunning, one-of-a-kind cover art using services like Midjourney or DALL-E 3.
Okay, so your journal is written, it's designed, we are in the home stretch now. Let's talk about the final phase, publishing on Amazon and getting it out to a global audience.
Amazon has made this process incredibly straightforward. You just create a free account and follow the steps. You upload your files, you set your price, and that's pretty much it. Within a day or two, your journal is a real, physical book that's for sale all over the world. And get this, it's only printed when someone actually buys it. But And this is really important. Just hitting publish isn't quite enough. You have to help customers find you. That means you need to think like a shopper. What words would they search for? You've got to use those words in your title, in your description, and even in these special back-end keyword slots that are kind of hidden from the public but are totally visible to Amazon's search engine.
Okay, so once you're live on Amazon, a simple little marketing plan can really help kickstart your sales and get you those first super important reviews. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can just focus on one small action each week, maybe creating a quick video or reaching out to a small influencer in your niche.
So what's the potential payoff here? Let's talk numbers. Now, obviously, it's not a guarantee for everyone, but successful creators, the ones who find a good niche and build up a small collection of journals, they're reporting earnings anywhere from $2,000 to even over $10,000 a month. And that's in passive income.
And look, your first journal is really just the beginning. The beautiful thing is, once you have a winner, you can scale this up so easily. You can create more journals for that same audience, you can bundle them together into discounted sets, or even sell digital PDF versions on other places like Etsy.
So let's do a quick recap of what we'll call the modern publisher's toolkit. From the writing and design all the way to research and sales, these right here are the key tools you're going to use to build your own AI-powered publishing business.
So what's the big picture? What's the main takeaway here? Look, this whole process isn't about letting AI just take over everything. It's about you providing that creative spark, the idea, the niche, the audience, and then it's about using technology as this massive lever to get that idea out to a global market with incredible, incredible speed. When you think about it, this entire process can turn a simple idea into a real, tangible product and a potential income stream, and it does it faster and easier than ever before. So really, the only question left to ask is, what journal are you going to create first?